With the preparations for the swearing-in of the fifth President of the Republic of Kenya, President-elect William Ruto, coming to an end, all that remains is to ensure that the ceremony goes as planned. The Assumption of Office Committee, led by Head of Public Service Dr. Joseph Kinyua, have outlined the chronology of event that is set to take place from the onset. The program for tomorrow's ceremony indicates that all guests and members of the public will be seated at the stadium by 10 a.m. in the morning. This as the stadium is set to be opened as early as 4 a.m. This will be followed by the arrival of the service commanders, including heads of Kenyan Army, Kenya Navy and the Kenya Air Force at 10:30 a.m. At 10:45 a.m., invited heads of state and government are set to arrive, and then followed by the arrival of Chief of Defense Forces General Robert Kiboshi 15 minutes later. At 11:05 a.m., Chief Justice Martha Koome and Chief Registrar of the Judiciary Ann Amadi, who will be officiating the ceremony, as well as other Supreme Court judges, will arrive afterwards. At 11:30 a.m., the Guard of Honor will march to position, and 5 minutes later, Deputy President-elect Rigathi Gachagua is set to arrive. The program further indicates that President-elect William Ruto, accompanied by his wife Rachel Ruto, will arrive at 11:40 a.m. And shortly afterwards, the outgoing President Uhuru Kenyatta will arrive and will be received by General Kiboshi and escorted to the ceremonial Land Rover to enter the stadium. After the national anthem, President Kenyatta will inspect the Guard of Honor, which will be his last. After that, he will take his place at the dais, followed by the interdenominational prayers, as has been the norm for such ceremonies. At exactly 12:10 p.m., Chief Registrar of the Judiciary Ann Amadi will administer oaths to President-elect William Ruto and his Deputy-elect Rigathi Gachagua. Chief Justice Martha Koome will serve as a witness. The Chief Justice will then introduce Ruto and Gachagua to the public and ask Ruto to take his position. Finally, outgoing President Kenyatta will then hand over the instruments of power and the authority to Ruto, which will be followed by the national anthem, during which Uhuru's presidential standard will be lowered while Ruto's will be hoisted simultaneously. A 21-gun salute will follow, and President Kenyatta will be given his standard by the Chief of Defense Forces to signify the change of guard. The Guard of Honor will march off the stadium, to be followed by a session of entertainment. At this point, the event shall be done before 2 p.m., a deadline set by the Constitution. The new Deputy President will invite one of the guests to make a speech on behalf of the invited dignitaries, and then invite President Uhuru Kenyatta to make his farewell speech. Gachagua will then deliver his speech as Deputy President and then invite Ruto to make his inaugural address to the nation. Outgoing President Kenyatta will lead the exit from the stadium and will head to State House, where he will officially receive his successor, with invited guests being treated to a luncheon then after. And the new administration will be in place and begin delivering their promises to the 50 million Kenyans. Abdiaziz, Hashim, Ibru TV.